For those of you who shame women who have had their babies through cesarean, shame on you.
I thought it was going to be that my vagina was going to tear. Like I was going to be like, hey, Jesus, something wants to pop out.
Did you know that you can tear up the front?
Most people think that when you tear from the vagina, you tear to the anus, but you can tear up the front.
Hi guys, welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Off Air with
Gbemi
and I'm Toolz. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. All right, so we have got a jam-packed episode for you. We've got some special guests, and this episode, this is actually it's not the baby episode. We're calling this the Parenthood episode: the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this was inspired by I think it was Aisha Shaba. I bumped into her somewhere, and she accosted me. She accosted me and she said, look, you know, I watch your show and everything, but you guys, you haven't talked about babies. I'm like, we have. I feel like we talk about babies a lot. But she was talking about, you know, maybe the not so pretty parts.
Yes.
You know, so we generally kind of focus on like, you know, like birth and everything. And she said, we had a long conversation and she talks about like a few things. I was like, okay, you know what? We're going to do another episode. We're going to do a parenthood episode. So that is what this episode is. It is the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's a beautiful, fantastic thing. And we also need to talk about the not so good parts. And we've got a co-host today. This is Rosemary. But Rosemary, this is Gbemi's daughter's doll, by the way. And if you can see this arm, can you see this arm? This is not her actual arm. This is somebody else's arm. So we need to raise money for Rosemary to get her arm fixed. And Gbemi gave her to me naked. And I really wanted to protect her modesty. So the only thing we could find was some tissue. So there you go.
What's echoing in my head is Gbemi gave her to me naked.
She was naked.
But you know how kids do? They strip the dolls, they pull out the limbs. I don't know why. I have to Google that.
Yes, this arm is not. This arm is
belongs
backwards.
to another one.
Yes, it's backwards. So poor girl.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So she's gonna stay. She's gonna stay here until we actually have our guests in. What has been going on? Congratulations to Cameroon.
On what?
So Cameroon, their 92-year-old president, Paul Biya, has won an 8th term in office.
Condolences.
He is 92. He has been in power since 1982. And he can now rule till 2032, where when he'll be almost 100 years old. This is the guy that there was a conference or something, and he was so confused. He was talking into the mic, and apparently he doesn't even really live in Cameroon, allegedly. So I'm just like, you know, my Cameroonian brothers and sisters, what's going on?
He's the one whose wife is the Beyonce of first ladies.
Is it the one that has has like this that wig helmet, like a lion mane?
Yeah, helmet hair all the time.
The one that's like 10 bundles.
Look, you're just next to us. There's so many Nigerian wig sellers that you can buy better hair from, ma'am. You got all the money.
Yes.
I'm just saying. If you don't know who I'm talking, just search the president of Cameroon's wife's hair. You will see who we're talking about. But before we move on, quickly, a quick shout out to Jay's Diner. Shout out to them. Woo-hoo!
Jay's Diner. Big up to. He didn't clap. No food for him. He didn't clap. No food for him. I don't like the way he's clapping. No food for him. Or you know what? We'll just give him the coleslaw.
We should never be the aunties that are in charge of souvenirs at parties. We'll be like, we don't like the way she looked at me. No souvenir for you.
She didn't greet me well. She did not greet me well. Yeah. Anyways, one day we need to talk about why African leaders, they just do not want to leave.
They don't want to leave. I was
going to say once they've been elected, but they're not always elected, are they? All right, let's move on to some very, very serious stuff. Yes. We're talking about presidents, but this is even more serious.
Yeah.
Regina Daniels.
Yeah, we all woke up one day to see stories of Regina Daniels. We saw some videos where she was allegedly screaming, and the story was that, and she was saying, "No, in my house, I'm a queen." It was something. Look,
no, in this house, I'm in my father's house, I'm treated like a queen. In this house, I'm not treated like anything or something like that.
I'm not going to make a confession now. When it comes to this person, I try to stay away from everything that has to do, and not because I've met the person before, not because I don't, I just, some people, you're just like swipe away from when they were getting married, when they got married, to anything she's doing. I swipe because I'm just like, I don't want to have anything to do with this.
I get you.
Yeah, there's some stories I'm just like,
It was like I haven't met her.
I'm not invested. I've never met her.
I'm not. I think that's the right word. And then when the marriage, happened, I was like, this is interesting. And I was like, well, her family obviously supports it. So if they love it, I love it for her.
I'm just going to say this, even though again, like I said, I scroll past every time there's anything that has to do with this person. I did not like that people created TikTok sounds out of the sound bites.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
I didn't
and they've
see
been
that.
making fun of her on every single social media platform. Again, just because I'm not invested in the person's story or whatever it is they're doing does not mean I dislike or hate the person. It just means I'm disinterested. But what I saw, what people were making fun of her, they're like, hey, Shebi, you say it would be better to laugh in a Benz. Are you laughing in a... I'm just like, I think it's a horrible person who makes fun of a person's misfortune. Whether or not you support them or you are a fan of them, I think it's just inhumane. It is wicked. And thankfully, nobody in my friend group or in our group chat was laughing at her. Or they were just like, oh, this is a sad situation. We don't know her. We're not close to her. I've never met her before or seen her in real life. But I think it is wicked. So and I feel like people need to talk to their friends more and say, this thing you're doing is not nice. You don't make fun of someone just because, I mean, some people were laughing at her saying, Shebi, you were running after this old man who happens to have money. That's her decision. She's not your relative. It's mean. Simple.
I would say to, okay, so the thing made me uncomfortable because this is somebody that's significantly older. And I think I was uncomfortable because I don't know the full details. Somebody asked me about this like the other day. She was like, is it true? And I was like, I literally have no idea. I don't really know her. I don't really, know her story like that. But when the marriage did happen, I just was a little bit uncomfortable about the way her mom seemed to be super, super for it. I'm like, this is essentially like a teenager. Right? Wasn't she a teenager when she got married?
Allegedly, they said she was older than she was 19 or she was 20. Again, I was not interested in their whole...
It's weird because if he wasn't very wealthy, I don't think it would have happened. If we're going to be very honest, I don't think it would have happened. It probably, okay, let me not pick a professional that people are going to be like, oh, I don't know. If he was like teachers need to be better paid. If he was a teacher. I don't think it would have happened. So there's something a bit weird about the situation. And then again, you on top of that, you now add polygamy, and everybody knows the way I feel about that. So
then he came out to allegedly allege drug use. And
isn't this like the second wife he's publicly had issues with?
Allegedly, and he allegedly accused that one too of
was that one
use.
Drugs as well?
He allegedly
fantastic.
said that one too was. And so I'm thinking, are you collecting people who use drugs allegedly as wives, like Infinity Stones, or is it that
are you pushing
they
them
are
to
so
do
depressed that they are starting to turn to? I don't know. I don't know what to believe, and my own point is, don't make fun of this person, because she alleges that she's been assaulted physically and that it's not the first time, it's not the second time. I don't know, we don't live in their house, but how do you sit down and you're laughing? What are you laughing at? Has this person done something to you for you to be laughing at their misfortune?
She must, a poor thing. I mean, if all of this is true, she must feel quite trapped. She must have felt quite trapped, actually.
I wish them thoughts and prayers to everyone, love and light.
To everybody. I hope everyone is happy. But let us talk about the off-air gang, because we have some fan mail.
Yes, we have a lot of fan mail. Shout out to you guys for sending in your questions. We're not, licensed therapists or anything, but we'll do our best to help. Okay, so this person says, hi, Gbemi and Toolz. I've been a loyal listener of Off Air, and I really respect how you both give real, unfiltered advice. Thank you. I never thought I'd be the one writing in, but I feel stuck and I need your honest advice. I met this man a few years ago while I was in the University of Abuja. I studied at the Uni of Abuja. He's a Catholic priest, over 50 years old. I'm 25 years old, and somehow we got involved. At first, I thought it was special that maybe I had found safety in him. Sorry, he's a Catholic priest.
Do they take vows of celibacy?
Yes, they take vows of celibacy. So what do you do? Anyway, let me continue. She said she thought it was special. She had found safety in him. I know there's no future or marriage, but I just love him. And because I was single, it clicked. But what it turned into is nothing short of toxic. I live in Benin. And because I'm currently unemployed and job hunting, I've been struggling with, hold on. Oh, I think the thing cut off. She's been struggling with something. So please, yes. She says she lives in Benin and she's been struggling and job hunting. She's been struggling with depression and not wanting to sit at home all the time. So almost every month, I travel from Benin to Abuja just to see him. While still applying for jobs, I still get little cash from my siblings. So I use the money for transport and others. You don't have a job. Anyway, let me finish. Anyway, then I think the whole thing cuts off because she goes into putting the lips in my mouth for me to suck it more. And even during penetration, so they're obviously having sex, you are sleeping with a Catholic priest. And even during penetration, he's done before I even get ready. I'm always shocked to know he's through because it's just a few seconds. And the next thing, he just turns on his back and dozes off. And I'm left feeling empty, ashamed, and questioning myself. I go the extra mile to make sure he enjoys the sex, even going on with extra personal hygiene. And
Stop. So the problem isn't even the relationship. The problem is the sex between her and this Catholic priest. Is that what her problem is? That you're not a serious person. You're not a serious person.
Wait now. She says, yeah, despite knowing all this, I keep going back. Every time I tell myself this is the last time, I'm done. But the moment
I try to leave, something keeps holding me back. Sorry.
The moment he calls or I feel low, I feel myself running back to him. It's like an addiction I can't explain. He treats me like a second option, like I'm disposable. I still keep returning, hoping for something different that never comes. And it kills me inside because I know I deserve more. I know he's not going to change. I know he's not going to love me the way I crave, but I can't seem to cut him up completely. Please, I'm begging you. Tell me, how do I break this cycle? How do I stop mistaking scraps of attention for love? How do I rebuild my self-worth so I stop running back to someone who has only ever used me? I'm tired of crying over a man who doesn't even see my tears. I want my freedom back.
I have headache.
I have very bad advice for you, Lena.
I have headache,
which I gave a few episodes ago. If you want to get over someone,
this is somebody. No. Gbemi, this is deeper.
Scratch that.
This is deeper than that. This person has basically listed out so many issues. Mm-hmm. First of all, this person is a Catholic priest. Mm-hmm. There's the age difference.
25 years.
There's the fact that it's been quite clear from the beginning that this person doesn't really have a lot to offer you, but you are just like the little grains of affection or whatever that they're giving you. You're just quick to, do that. You don't have a job. You're not worried about getting a job. You're worried about freaking being underneath some Catholic priest.
She's been job hunting. So, and the money that her siblings give her, she uses it to go from
she's job
Benin,
hunting. She doesn't have a job. You are living in bondage.
She's going from Benin to Abuja to collect subpar sex from a Catholic priest who is like a 2-second man who doesn't care for her. Sister, you have a lot of problems.
This is not normal. So what I think is, you need to pray. And I'm talking to you as, a soon-to-be pastor. I think you need to pray. Okay, I was joking. Alone. Please don't be vexed. I was joking.
People did not gasp in horror.
I was joking. Okay. It was just, banter off air banter now. That's what it is.
You don't want to be a pastor?
Anyways, no, I was just joking. It was banter. Anyways, so I really think that there are different levels of psychological issues here because you're not I'm trying to say this nicely. You're not fully focused on yourself as a person. You're not worried about like your goals. You're getting a job. You're worried. You're traveling for subpar sex. At some point, I love you as an off-air gang member, but at some point you have to blame yourself because you are using your own legs to get to this place, to get subpar sex. You're sleeping with somebody
it's not even sweet.
Do you understand? You don't have money for transport, but you're using your money. I doubt he's paying for you to come over there. You're using your own money to go there and get, subpar sex. Did you not listen to our sex episode last episode? Do you not listen? You're doing that. You don't have a job. What is a future? What is the end goal of this?
When they say you should fear God. Look, fornication is already bad enough. They say you should not sleep with somebody that you're not going to marry. You now went to sleep with somebody that has taken a vow of
You
celibacy.
chop out of the curse that he's going to. You chop out of it as well.
Is that
now.
like a VIP part in hell? Because you might go there. And I'm not even joking. Like, John, it's like sleeping with a nun. You know, nuns are not supposed to have sex. It's a vow of celibacy till they die. But you're sleeping with God's servant who is not even giving you well. Sister.
Okay, please, if you can respond via email and just tell us, what are you getting out of this? So,
Okay, after chastising her, what do you advise her to do?
first of all, you need to block him, delete him, whatever.
Block him everywhere.
There is no future with this. There is no future. You need to focus on yourself. On a serious note, I'm sensing maybe some self-esteem issues. So you need to focus on yourself. You need to figure out what you like about yourself, what you don't. Speak to a therapist. Like we said, we're not licensed therapists, but speak to somebody.
She doesn't have a job. How's she going to pay for therapy? So here's what I was going to, sorry. I was going to say this. When you're blocking him, you block him first, then you now delete the number so that you don't, I hope you don't know the number by heart, so that you don't go and call him back. And when you block him everywhere, email, LinkedIn, everywhere, Snapchat, everywhere.
That nigga doesn't have a LinkedIn. Doesn't have a LinkedIn. Anyways, continue.
Block this person, and like you said, I don't know if you can get free therapy somewhere or subsidized therapy somewhere, but I want you to look at yourself and know that God has better plans for you.
Absolutely.
You are a whole speck.
Absolutely.
You were not born into this world to sleep with somebody that you're not supposed to be sleeping with and is giving you subpar sex, sister. No. First of all, focus on reminding yourself that you are worth something. Look for a job. Put all your energy into looking for a job, and you know what? Spend more time with your family, people that love you. Yeah. People that, because won't you be upset if you find out that you are giving your jobless sister or brother money and they are using it to fly? Go to, you are also risking your life.
Yep.
Please, no.
Yeah. No. And anytime, I mean, you when you have to give somebody up, you know, when you realize they're no good for you, everybody has those times where you slip up. You need to just constantly remind yourself, what is the future of this situation? What is the future? Do you see a future? When you can actually say to yourself, there actually is no future, then I'm hoping it will be easier for you to move on. But this is a just a weird mess. And I was a little bit irritated at the beginning because I feel like you really got yourself into this mess, and what's the silver lining? There's no like,
you can't marry him.
There's no like, oh my gosh, the sex is amazing.
He doesn't treat you
well.
Do
you understand? You know? So yeah. I mean, please let this situation go. Let it be something that in 2026 you can say, look, I was in this situation, but I got out of it. 2026 is going to be an amazing year. We'll pray for you as well. Hope everything goes well for you. But please leave this guy to the side and move on. You're in your 20s.
And don't be angry. You know, it's just tough love. But
yes,
this is what I would say to a younger friend who you know, and then that age gap is also an agbaya. So that one's 25 years.
I think he's using you.
Oh, of course.
Definitely using you. Definitely using you. He has what is he? Yeah. Anyways, so God bless, and let us know how things go. Yeah. All right. If you would like to send us an email, if you'd like to send us like an issue that you're going through that you'd love to get some fantastic advice on, showoffAir@gmail.com. Send us an email, and we'll be more than happy to talk about it and give you some advice.
Or slide into our DMs. Offended. This was a DM, by the way.
Oh, this was a DM. Okay.
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah, Off Air Show on Instagram. So don't be offended, okay? It's tough love, but we love you.
We have our faves in the building. I think they're the only ones that have appeared on this show like multiple times. Ibrahim, Suleiman, and Linda Ejiofor-Suleiman. Welcome. And there's a reason why we brought them, because we're here to talk about parenting. We're all parents, you know, and there's a lot that I feel like a lot of people don't know, especially those who don't have children, even if you've been, you know, a great auntie or a great uncle or mentor or whatever. And for some people who are hoping to be parents, you know, we hope that after you watch this episode, you will be convinced to have children.
So it's not really...
I'm joking.
So this episode, in case you didn't know, it's called Parenthood, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, because everybody knows, I mean, I can't imagine not being a mom. I think being a mom has been... close to the best thing that's happened to me ever. I love my kids. Like sometimes I just look at them and I'm just like, oh my goodness, my babies and everything. And as a mom, obviously I can only speak as a mom, but as a mom, there was like a new level or a new chapter like unlocked within me when I became a mom. Like I was like, this creature was inside of me. This is low key. I always say, I told them just a few days, I was like, you know, you belong to me, right? You're mine. You're mine. And my son's looking at me like, okay, what does that mean? So I really feel this incredible bond with my children. But everybody knows that, you know, whilst it's a beautiful, fantastic, amazing experience, there's some sides that you're like, nobody told me about that. Nobody told me about that. So let's start. And we wanted to get male input from this because, you know, I mean, you didn't get yourself pregnant, right? You know, we didn't get ourselves pregnant.
Put in the work. Yeah.
So I think it would be I think it would be great to kind of, you know, talk about like even the pregnancy process. Yeah. What it was like, what you experienced and what you experienced as well. So don't let him rub your back like that. That's how it starts.
Exactly.
That's how it starts.
Exactly. Next thing now you got a fall pregnant.
Oops. Okay.
Oh,
so
my
first trimester, second trimester.
Okay, you know, it's funny you guys brought us on this show to talk about this episode because Due Parenting Pod is all about that, and that's what gave birth to that show. Because first of all, I'll start with social media. People lie
Too much.
because you see the picture of a beautiful mother that has makeup like what Toolz and Gbemi has on, and they're looking all, and their tummy has gone flat, and then they are holding their baby and just looking so lovingly into the eyes, and the baby is all
serene.
Yeah. So I thought that was how it was going to be. So first trimester for me was easy breezy. So I had the morning sickness, the usual morning sickness that I felt like I had malaria. Then I started spitting out, but I didn't throw up. But my mom now told me to have bitter cola in my mouth, and that helped for first trimester. Second trimester, I started doing my soft girl life, you know, but it was during COVID, so I couldn't really show it. So I was just always inside, walking around with bump shots and half top, just showing my small belly bump.
Jumping around happily.
Then third trimester. Oh my God. Hey!
It became real.
To him, he says that it felt like one.
I felt like I just, you know, went to bed, woke up next morning, and there was just like, what's going on? Like, it just felt like a lot happened overnight. Like the day before.
Like look-wise or just personality?
Like physically.
Okay.
The day before, in my mind, just feels that way. It felt like she looked the same, like the way she had looked for like 4 months. You know, cute little bump, small human being. Everything was just like small. And then one day I just wake up in the morning and turn around and I just see this. So you know that line that appears? I don't remember what it's called. And you know, she's very bright skin, and then there was this dark line. So
I remember you talking about the dark line,
like, in my mind, the first thing I can remember was Molue.
Oh my God.
So many things just changed overnight. Like even her voice changed.
That actually happened.
Yeah,
I'm still going through
her voice still hasn't gone back to
it.
it.
Gets deeper.
I like this voice though. I'll be on. I've said that before. I actually prefer this voice a bit. You know. Sorry.
Get a room.
It's not a PG show, is it?
No, it's not PG.
Everybody else.
No,
this room.
no PG.
Can the cameras keep
You know
running?
what? You know, we will
Why
include
not?
it in the episode. Whatever we will put it in the episode.
Yes.
So just know that.
Yes.
So apart from that, it was so heavy.
Man, I
The tummy was so heavy. I couldn't sit down. It was like Keon did not want me to sit down at all. I sit and I'm uncomfortable. I lie down, I'm uncomfortable. I just had to stand. So I would stand, and sometimes he would just come from behind and lift the tummy up, and I'll feel relieved. I'll be like, oh my God. I was just like, I don't think I can do 40 weeks. I need this baby out. And by God's grace, 38 weeks on the dot, Uncle said I ate a hot semo with ogbono soup.
On purpose?
No, I was hungry, and I ate hot semo with ogbono soup, and this boy was like, what is this what you are enjoying out? I'm coming out today. So throughout the night, I was in labor and I didn't know.
Yeah, we thought it was
Like, I had gone for antenatal the day before, and Dr. Buzz, same. So I'd gone for antenatal, and she had told me, oh, he's facing down, but he's not going to drop anytime, maybe like 2 weeks. Let's give him 2 weeks. I'm like, okay. Then I go home. I go home about 5 p.m., 6, and I had my meal. Then I was just uncomfortable. So I thought it was Braxton Hicks. So I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. Why am I uncomfortable?
For those who don't know what Braxton Hicks is, what is it?
It's like little contractions that would help you for prep you for the main contraction.
Okay.
Can we talk about actual contractions, like when you're in labor? Did you, everybody's kind of heard about it, parents have told you, mom has, told you and everything that, okay, labor is, you have like an idea, but what was the difference between your idea of it and what actually happened?
My idea of it, I thought it was going to be that my vagina was going to tear. Like I was going to be like, hey, Jesus, something wants to pop out. That's what I thought. But please speak your mind. It's not PG now, is it? So, but in actual fact, when I started feeling uncomfortable, it was just stretching. The tummy was just stretching, and I just kept feeling as if it was tugging my tummy. And not necessarily my woman area. My vagina.
Wait, after this, just in case I forget, I'm going to tell you something, Ibrahim, that's going to scare you. But continue.
Oh, God.
But continue. Scare everybody, actually.
I kept having that pull, and I was so uncomfortable. Like, it's just, I'm like, why is it?
The crazy thing is, her threshold for pain is really high.
Yeah.
So she was in full-blown labor, and she didn't know. She thought it was Braxton Hicks. So because she can chest pain, you understand? Even her doctor was like shocked because she's like, young lady, with this level of pain for that long? Yeah. So sorry, I just needed to mention that.
And imagine that pain, baby. I'm getting to why I'm like, imagine with all that pain, I was still 2 centimeters. Yeah. So imagine if I was now 10 centimeters, because I already agreed that I was going to do CS. So it was an elective CS, wanted elective CS.
I was not about that whole, go and push. Whoa.
Because we've heard stories of women staying there pushing and they get tired, and because it was COVID period, I just didn't want to risk it. So I'm like, cut me open, bring out the baby, sew me your back, please, I beg.
Wait. You didn't have your baby like a Hebrew woman?
Yeah.
You did not? Oh my gosh.
She's very
Shame on
sarcastic
you.
for the slow people.
Shame on you, Linda.
For the slow people.
Please.
In the back.
When they told me, because I later on had fibroid surgery. So I remember they were like, oh, you're gonna have to have a C-section. And I was just like, no.
In your mind.
And then so the doctor, she was the head of the fetal medical unit. So she was very, those doctors that, it's not that they're not compassionate, they're just the way they're wired. So she didn't mean it in a bad way, but she was just like, okay. So she's like, okay, so if you don't have the C-section, this is what's going to happen. You could die. And she just told me, and I was like, okay, so C-section is. But what I was going to tell you is, so when it comes to, I literally found this out maybe about a year or 2 ago. So when it comes to having like a vaginal birth, there's tearing. There's different degrees. But did you know, and Ibrahim, I want you to open your ears.
Open it.
And Linda, did you know that you can tear up the front? Up the front.
Most people think that when you tear from the vagina, you tear to the anus, but you can tear up the front,
So this is what they showed me. So, and this is like one of my classes. What they showed me, they were like, okay, so you can tear. I think this is the vajayjay, right? So you can tear a little bit. I think that's a 1st degree tear. Sometimes they have to cut you and everything. Then I think it's a 3rd degree that you tear from the vajayjay to your bum hole.
Yes,
so there's just one hole.
Yeah.
But you can tear up the front.
God, I beg.
And there was one clip that I saw. Sorry, I remember seeing this clip on Instagram and I was like, this is not possible. And this woman had said, the devil couldn't get me. The devil couldn't get me to this. So he made me tear up the front when I had my baby. And then I posted it because I was like, is this an actual thing? And a lot of women actually said, yes, I tore up the front, that they had to sew. Okay. I'm going to say this. This is not for, if you're a perv, that's your business. But this is just, biology. She said they kind of had to sew her. Yeah. Back together.
That's terrible. And either way you give birth, I just want to say that it is not easy either way. So for those of you who shame women who have had their babies through cesarean, shame on you, because the C-sections are also not
surgery.
easy.
Listen,
they cut you.
it's major surgery.
No, listen. It's like you have a watermelon.
Major surgery.
And you're trying to slice a watermelon. So they slice that watermelon. Think of that watermelon as a stomach, right?
7 layers.
But there's 7 layers before they get to that child. Yeah. I remember during my process, my husband was beside me and then they had the sheet covering. But I could still see, because the lights were reflecting. So I was looking up and I could see as they were fiddling in my insides. And when they did the first incision, liquid or blood or whatever splashed, bah! He was like, Jesus, are you okay? Are you okay? I said, I'm fine. I'm fine. He held my hand and he was like, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I said, you better
see it.
Yes. The cloth was there, but he could see through it. It was kind of see-through. Yeah. And he was holding my hand. And I was like, leave my hand alone. I'm fine. Thank you. And he was just like, oh, thank you. Thank you. I said, I'm okay. I'm fine. But it's not an easy process either way. And however you give birth, think of a dinner plate. The plate that you used to eat at home. The size of that plate is the size of the wound that has to heal inside the woman's body. So look at plates.
Yeah.
Put it to your stomach. Now, you know how you feel when you have a cut, when you have a small wound. But imagine the size of a dinner plate. That is what is trying to heal inside the woman's body. So shout out to all the women. Shout out to all the supportive dads out there. But so now we've talked about the conception, the pregnancy.
Just add, the dinner plate thing, that's where the placenta was implanted.
Yeah, attached to the woman.
So once baby comes out, once placenta comes out, that's where you have the big wound. And that is also another reason why they say don't have sex for 6 weeks, because you essentially have like a big, massive open wound. And as much as, because I read one crazy story about this guy basically saying to his wife, oh, I can't not have sex for this long and everything.
Yeah, he was asking for sex 2 weeks after she had babies.
And then she ended up having sex, and I think she got very sick, because there's so many different things. There's we talked about tearing, we talked about, all sorts of things where you have you are very, very prone to, you are at a very high risk of getting an infection. So so
a lot happened. I mean, if you've seen our pregnancy episode, which is still on our YouTube page, you can go check it out, where Toolz and I went in depth as to what we went through. What you went through was opposite for me. The first trimester, awful. Second trimester, awful. Third trimester, I had a little bit of, but still, it was just like I couldn't sleep. So I normally sleep on my back. But I couldn't sleep on my back. You can't sleep on your back when you're pregnant.
You're not
they advise you not to. So I had to sleep on my left, on my right, and it was painful. At some point, I was sleeping sitting up. It was very uncomfortable.
You know what we didn't talk about?
What?
That first trimester, first and second trimester for me, I would just be talking, just let there be 2 minutes of quiet, I'll fall asleep. I was sleeping like that. So there was this time that I was driving. I remember being on Lekki Bridge and I was, in my mind, I'm just like, it's okay. And there was traffic. And then I just remember waking up. And I was just like, that's the last time I'm driving. I don't even know, the way for me, it wasn't, you know how when you're tired, there are levels. You're like, okay, I'm feeling a bit tired. I'm getting more tired and everything. For me, it was like a switch. I literally could be talking, just be quiet for 1 second. I'm like, and everything. So the tiredness is on some next level, and sort of, and this was in the first, second. By the third, but it was weird because for my sons, it was just weird. The first one, I think because obviously I really was like, I want a baby, and everything. And that one, my second trimester, that's when I was dressing up and everything, and and the third trimester I tried, but then I was just like, towards the end, I'd be walking and I'd just be hearing oompa loompa, I couldn't, And then my second son, so basically. And this is, okay, it's a safe place. So my second son, I didn't know I was pregnant because it was around the time that my dad died. So it was just crazy. And I just remember with there was so much going on, family-wise. And I was like, I remember telling my friends, I need a break. I need to get out of the country and everything. So we went to Dubai and we're shaking our asses on a yacht.
On a yacht.
One of us was pregnant and didn't know. And I I mean, I partied. Like, if you ever kind of gone through a loss and you just want to get it out of your head, you just do some crazy things. So I came back and I was like, look at my phone, like, wait, so something is missing.
Looking at your app.
Yo. So I realized I was pregnant. And then I felt so guilty because I remember going out one night in Dubai and my cup was never empty because there was a woman standing there, just refilling, you know. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I felt so guilty. And I was like, is baby okay? Oh my gosh. And then my baby came out. My baby was pale. And I was like, what? Why is my baby so pale? Like, no, remember, my baby was the same.
Yeah, that's true. Side of the family.
No. I mean, he's a bit fair.
Yeah,
but
both of them,
like
they were
when,
like really.
Because when we had a play date, when my son and Keon were very small, and complexion-wise, it was similar. And I was like,
really similar.
Linda's bright. Linda's bright. So I was just like, Abi,
is it me?
Yeah, not serious.
Did I go and party in some shit's house?
Yeah, not serious.
My mind did not even go.
Yes, I knew where she was going. She's not serious.
I was like, what did I drink in Dubai? What did I drink? Maybe there was something that bleached my inside.
Oh my God. You're so unserious.
But yes, you know, we thank God he's fine. Everything is, you know.
Yeah, they have light-skinned people.
No, they do. But he was
he was light-skinned. And they looked so alike.
Yeah. And then him coming out, oh my gosh, it was, so you know how you said there was like, you saw blood splatter and everything. So he got stuck. So he was a C-section and he got stuck. And I just remember, obviously they numbed everything, but I just remember them pushing and tugging. And I was just like, how did he get stuck? So they were pulling. So eventually they had to like use forceps to like, you know, bring him out. And then when they finally, you know, when he finally came out like that, I saw like some of the blood splatter on the face shield or whatever, and then he had like a line. He had like a
from
red
the forceps
line on the middle of his, you know. Baby. And I'm just like, and they're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, why does my baby have a red line on his head? And you know, they're like, and they were like, oh yeah, it should go away in a few days. And I'm like, it better go. Why does he have like from here to here? So the first few days, there's like a red line. The pictures that we took, there's like a red line from here, and I'm like, my baby. And it was the red line went away.
I think the weirdest one for me was, okay, I gave birth during the pandemic, and then it was time to go home, but there were 3 of us, and I was just like, wait.
What do
so
we do
you're
now?
going to leave us with who is this? So you're going to leave us with this person. Okay, so we're supposed to take.
Did you want to leave her at the hospital or something?
But it was just a very weird feeling. Like, wow, so who is in charge here? Who is the adult? Who's responsible?
I know that feeling.
Who am I supposed to? I'd never changed a diaper in my life. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about.
Was the first diaper
People
I changed.
think that once you become a mom, you know all these instincts
you just
come to you.
You just download the updates.
And I told my husband, I said, hello. They did not download it to me. I don't know just as much as you don't know. So don't ask me any questions. You know, I didn't know what to do. Like, it was crazy. They say I should breastfeed. The girl was not latching. She was hungry. She was very frustrated.
One thing we don't have in Nigeria. I keep saying that we don't have a lactating nurse.
They said I should drink pop. I drank pop. Nothing happened. I was just like, nah.
I went through all that.
Nobody told me. I thought, I'm not the bustiest, but I'm also not flat-chested. So I thought, the milk will come out now. It did not come out. So
it's the smaller, the more
they produce.
Yeah, that's
so
what I've heard.
I was like, I already bought all these bags. You know, I'm going to store breast milk.
Yeah, because we saw all that on social media where people would store lots and lots
freezers
of
full.
Brothers and sisters in Christ.
It's a lie.
You know when you're trying to feed your child and you think it'll just be automatic. So I put her mouse there and she was just like, what is this? It's not coming. She was crying. So we had to buy, formula for her. And then I got this breast pump machine that will pump. So the thing is squeezing your breast. It makes a noise. And there's a pipe. There's a pipe draining the milk into a cup or a jar or something. So I'm sitting there like this, feeling like a cow because I'm doing 2 breasts at the same time.
How much came out when you finished?
It was, I kid you not, I was the 2-ounce queen. It was like this. After 2 hours, it was like this. Do you know what it feels like to be strapped to a machine and it's doing bang, 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 bang. You're sitting there, you can't move. You're just sitting there.
You can't go
and
anywhere.
Then finally, you you look at it and it's just really this small.
Yeah.
So eventually, after trying this for 6 weeks, my mother now finally says to me, okay, it's okay, leave it alone. This was just like what happened to me. I was like, why didn't you tell
say
me?
this?
I struggled for 6 weeks, like I felt like a failure.
Yeah.
Like, why is my own breast milk not coming out?
Yeah.
And I know I went through that because I know that after I brought Keon back home, we came back home. In the hospital, I was enjoying.
Oh yeah.
Because
Waiting
yes,
for hand and foot.
my cholesterol came out. I pumped and my breast was engorged. And nobody told me that it would be so strong, like stone and painful. So they now put breast pump there and said I should try them because Keon wouldn't latch to. So they put the breast pump there for it to, so it came out a little. So that's what they gave him first. So when they said, okay, for your breast milk to start flowing, in the meantime, we'll give him formula. But you have to make sure your breast milk comes out. You have to drink liquid, all that. I'm like, okay, cool. So I was in hospital for 4 days. We went home and my mom was like, okay, welcome. She moved herself into the house. I'm so grateful. And she's like, okay, welcome. Where's the formula? Where is this? I'm like, formula? No. Me, I'm doing exclusive.
Natural.
And that's what I said. Because I've seen on social media where they say you pump, you can.
That the nutrients.
Yeah, you
this
pump
one,
enough
that
for your
one.
baby to have all the nutrients. So I'm like, I'm doing exclusive. My mom said, are you sure? What if it doesn't come out? In case it doesn't come out, at least my mom told me that part. Let's get formula. And I said, no. I did this thing, crying, Keon not eating for about a month plus. And I was the same thing. Yeah. I would pump and it would just come out.
Liquid gold.
Liquid gold.
Most valuable liquid on earth.
And nothing. One day, Ibro wakes up because I hate Quaker oats. So they were making me take Quaker oats with no sugar, no milk, because I'm lactose intolerant. Okay. So whatever affects me will affect the baby. So I couldn't take it. I couldn't take pap with sugar or milk. So I was taking pap alone, Quaker oats alone. I would imagine drinking Quaker oats and crying. So for Ibro just woke up one day and just went and bought
everything I could find on the shelves. I just bought like one of each, and I just took them home. I just told grandma, I was like, listen, this girl is sleeping away from us. Let's just try everything until we find one that he likes and we'll put him on it. This whole, exclusive thing she's talking about, that's her cup of tea. I'm not on board. And
because I was actually sleeping. I was going into baby blues.
So actually, I think that's something that we're not really, it's not discussed the way I would like it to be discussed, because I remember, in the hospital before the baby came, doing your antenatal, they're like, breast milk is best for the baby. And I'm like, sure.
Breast is best.
Let me tell you, like Gbemi said, right? She said she's not she's not flat chested. I mean, let me tell you what I did. I bought a fridge. I bought a mini fridge because I'm like, with these babies, there's going to be, and I felt like such a failure. I also think that there's a connection. I'm not a doctor, but I think there might be a connection between C-sections and baby and breast milk and everything. So I'm there and I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna come out, and I bought 3 different types of breast pumps. And my second son was a greedy baby. So he's just looking at me like, what's going on? I'm just like, I'm trying. And I'll be there pumping, use this breast milk for this breast, use another one for this one, this, and then literally just a tiny bit. And I was just so heartbroken. I remember literally thinking, oh my gosh, I've not even been a mom for that long and I'm already failing. So it was that there's this psychological thing that happens. And then imagine, I went to see somebody, I can't remember who, and she had a baby as well, and she's like, oh, baby's hungry, and she took a cup and she's like, psh, 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 like hands expressed, and I'm just like, what the fuck? She just psh, psh, like literally just hand expressed like that, and I just was thinking, okay, I'm not doing something right. So it was very upsetting, and then after a while I just had to like sort of give in, because baby's looking at me like, You brought me into this world.
I didn't ask for this.
am hungry. Feed me. So we started the whole formula thing. But I think we need to actually explain to mothers that sometimes it's not you, because I went down. I even went to see a doctor. I went to see a doctor. They gave me there's medication as well that you can fenugreek tea, all these different things that make your pee smell weird. I was drinking. People were like, no, Ogi. I drank everything.
There's a Nigerian company called Milk Booster or something.
Yeah,
I went to buy it.
I got their
drank
cookies.
it. Yeah, the cookies.
So I think they really need to explain.
I mistakenly ate that thing one time. I didn't know it.
Did you
Did you breastfeed?
Thankfully.
But you know what I think? I think that there's some women, because you see some women that overproduce, and I don't think it's because they're doing anything crazy.
It's
just So I think they need to explain to moms that, look, there's a lot of pressure when like you said, you go home. Who's a responsible adult? There's a lot of pressure, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean you're a failure. I mean, as long as baby, eats. And eventually that's what one of the nurses told me. She's like, you know what, don't worry about it. As long as, the baby's, well fed and everything, that's it. Even if you can't be giving them skinny milk, just be,
I mean, but okay, moving from the newborn section, I mean, of course, there's the sleeping kids. The babies will sleep.
We need to talk about the first time you saw had babe. What happened the first time you held your baby?
I actually want to
I
get
held her eventually, I think 24 hours after.
You didn't hold her at all?
My husband followed them immediately. They brought her out. I just saw this very long brown baby. Because my doctor kept saying, your baby is tall. Your baby is tall. I was like, oh. So they brought her. They were like, oh, this is your baby. I was like, follow them. And then I exchanged another baby for me. So, I mean, and then I saw her. I was like, oh, she's cute. Oh, she has plenty hair. Oh, cute. Okay.
But what about when you held her?
I was just like, wow. Hello. I was just talking to her like, hi, I'm your mommy. This one. She was just there like, was the child. She was just looking at. I mean,
how did you feel?
I mean, it just felt like wow, like it was like a miracle. It was like, okay, so I actually grew this person by the grace of God, and because there was so much happening. Because I'd suffered a miscarriage before, I'd removed ovarian cyst, I'd removed fibroids, and then I had to inject myself every day from I think week 20 to a week after birth. So it was literally 100 and something injections every day. I don't even know what it was. I can't remember what it was, but my doctor had prescribed and said, for you to carry to term, let's be on the safe side. Yeah. So every day on this side, I'll be like, which part is not paining me? Okay, this side. I just beg my husband to help me. He used to run away like, I can't. So I'll be like, okay. And then as I was injecting, it was burning. It was, and 100 and something injections every single day.
So that means it was maybe a steroid, because steroids are the ones that...
Probably, I don't even know what it was.
Did you have to inject yourself afterwards?
Yes, a week after.
Oh, no, because I had to I had to inject myself about 2 weeks after, because I had a C-section to stop blood clots.
No,
so I had to,
but I used to, and it was, I think, I can't remember what the medicine, and it was 2,000 naira then in 2020, in 2020 to 2021.
Per injection?
Yeah, per injection. So 140, or something, 100 something injections basically every single day. One to you exchanging thighs. So my thighs were sore for months. Literally, I went through a lot. So I'm just like, when people say, oh, I ain't gonna have another one, I can slap you. I can actually smash your head into the wall like, you better leave me alone. So I'm just like, and apart from even the birth process, I think also people don't talk about the
healing.
The healing, they don't talk about what it does to your career as a woman. Because also it was during COVID. I didn't know if we're all going to die in the world, because everything, the week after they declare, a week or two after they declared that everybody must stay at home, was when my husband says, I think you should check yourself. And I was like, nothing's wrong with me. He was like, yeah, go check. He knew I was pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant. And then I was just like, oh shit, we're all gonna die. Oh my God, what's gonna happen?
Wait, let's do something positive. How did you feel the first time you held Keon, or the first time you saw him?
I feel like that moment literally changed my perspective on two things. One, my relationship with God. And secondly, my understanding of what it means to create your own responsibilities. Now, in terms of how it made me feel about my relationship with God, is that I held him, right? And I thought she was asleep, because she was right there, she was lying down. And then the nurse brought him to me, and I held him. And like a couple of minutes after I took him in my arms, he opened his eyes and looked at me. And I'm not sure if his eyes were fully functional at the time, but it felt like he looked directly into my soul. And in that one moment, I was sure that two things were definitely possible. One, I will kill anybody for this person.
100%.
Same.
Two, I would die in the moment for this person.
100%.
And the crazy part of it all was that this person had no idea who I was.
Yeah. Like, hi.
He had no idea who I was. Like, this some random being just holding me. And regardless of the fact that he didn't know anything, who I was, what I was about, nothing, I was still willing to sacrifice everything and anything for him. It gave me fresh perspective. That's exactly how God feels about us. So even when we're doing anyhow, when we're misbehaving, that's how he still feels. It's not about what we do or what we do not do. It's just how he feels about us, right? And the second thing was real talk. I consider myself, I'm a firstborn. My siblings are doing quite well and all of that. My mom raised us by herself. Never gave her any problems. I'm a responsible adult human being. And I feel like I've been responsible since I was 6 years old, right? But in that moment, it occurred to me that for the first time ever in my life, this was a responsibility that I created, that I chose. So everything that I had done in terms of being a responsible human being was basically prep. This is the real deal.
This is the real deal.
This is where everything matters the most. And it scared me.
I was going to say, did you feel anxiety? Like,
listen,
what am I? That's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
I started to cry.
Who left me in
It's
charge
scary.
of this person?
Bruh, I cried because I was overwhelmed by the feeling, knowing that without a second thought, I will kill for this person and I'll die for this person. And also, this is my responsibility that I created. I felt so overwhelmed and I started crying. And then I just heard, baby, are you crying? On my way, I was like, no.
Why? It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but you see, so
The way men
no
are
offense.
socialized,
Yeah, the way that it's nurture and I dare say nature for men to reel these things in, right? So I saw a video recently where the guy said that he saw something where his wife asked him that, do you tell me everything? And he said, no, I tell you everything that you need to know. I tell you everything that I feel like you can handle. And she was like, no, you can't do that. But he said, the truth of the matter is, if I tell you everything, if I tell you about the times that I'm worried about the business, I'm worried that, we might not make it through the next 3 months because the business is struggling. In the moment, you look at me and be like, baby, that's okay, I trust you. And you would mean it. And I know that you mean it. You'll tell me I'll be fine. And I know you mean it. But if like a couple of hours later, you would have a little downtime and you will process that and then you will worry. And the next thing that would happen is you'll start to lose trust because you're like, wait, if it's so bad that he's talking about it, it means it's really bad. And as soon as I saw that and I heard that, I was like, oh, that explains that because that's exactly how I feel sometimes. And I felt so overwhelmed, right? And I panicked a little. And it was a whole mix of excitement. Is the most exciting and scariest thing at the same time. And I feel like this is where men need more help. The way that our moms will talk to our sisters when they have babies, right? Now I'm going to say this, from my generation moving forward, I believe that we're going to do that for our sons. We're going to call our boys aside and be like, listen, it's crazy right now, Abi. I know. That's how I felt about it. Did you die though? No. So let me tell you what I did.
Were we close a few times? Maybe.
Yeah. But your mommy doesn't have to know. You're here now. You're a daddy now. So this is what I did. This is how I did it, right? In the meanwhile, right, moms, grandmas, please talk to us. You understand? When your son's wife has a baby, call your son aside. Tell him the things that you wish your husband.
Be truthful.
Be truthful to your sons as well.
Be truthful.
Don't just focus on teaching the girls what they should know. Your sons are also as clueless. You understand?
Yeah.
Nobody, has a baby and then because they are pushing, they're automatically getting a download from it. It doesn't work that way.
What I don't like is I think a lot of I don't know if I should say this generation or whatever, they just think, well, the baby thing is her job. Like it's and there's so
I feel like that's been the way it's been for ages.
There's so much that goes into it because I think now obviously there's certain things that I know that now that I'm like, okay, should have done this better, should have done this better, and I didn't really want to ask for help And like the first, so I just was like, because in my mind I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to go through. This is what's supposed to happen. This is what's supposed to happen. And obviously everybody knows that, you know, we that was my first son was like my rainbow baby. And I just was like, I was so grateful.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I heard him cry, that's when I just started crying. I was like, oh my gosh, we made it. We made it. Thank God we made it. So I now felt that because that was my rainbow baby, I could not complain about anything.
I
felt
see
like
what you
I
mean.
So
could
that
not-
gratitude just overshadowed
Because
everything
I'd be like,
else.
I'd be thinking something and I'd be like, I can't complain because I've wanted this. And, you know, literally like, I feel that, because my first loss happened quite late. So I literally held my breath for almost like 8-9 months.
Oh, more, that's
I
crazy.
literally was just like, okay. And then finally we made it. And then the worst thing was he now, like after, I think about a few days, was it about a week or so after I had him? So you have these like health visitors that come, and you know I'm just there like I don't know what to expect. I haven't had, you know, a baby before, and I'm just looking at him and I was just like, huh. And I'm just like, this is a brand new baby, right? I'm like, this is brand new and everything's new. This is not like, you know, fairly used or whatever. And I'm like, his eyes are supposed to be bright. And his eyes were like a little yellow.
No, he was jaundiced.
He was jaundiced. So I remember the health visitor came. So they asked all the questions and everything. And they were about to leave. And I was just like, can you look at his eyes? And because it was December and this was like in the winter, so it was was downcast.
Yeah.
So we had to like, you know, get like proper light. And she's like, oh yeah. So they now tested and they found that he was very, very, very jaundiced.
Boy.
So within like about a week or two of him born, went back to the hospital and they had to put him in this. Oh my gosh, am I going to cry? No, I'm not going to cry. So they had to put him in this almost like an incubator thing. So that went on for like 10 days.
Was that scary?
It was horrible.
Did you stay in the hospital with him or you'd go
I
home?
refused to leave.
Okay.
They were like, you can go. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. I literally didn't want to be away from him because I was and I remember having these conversations with God, like, did you give me this baby
Just to take him
like,
away.
what is going
God, I
on?
beg,
And
God.
he was, you know, so he was there and they had to put him under the lights and cover his eyes and everything. So they bring him out. So I wasn't even holding him all the time. And then eventually, and they would check the levels. So it had to reach a certain level and it had to stay that way before they would let him go. And they were now looking at different things, like, you know, sunlight, all these things. And I remember losing my mind. Oh gosh, it was such an emotional period. So I just was thinking, I can't complain. And then the sleep deprivation, that for me, I can so understand why it's a torture technique, because the sleep deprivation, that was the worst thing. I felt I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
And
trimester was hard for me.
then there was this time, like for about a week or two, where like clockwork, my son would wake up at 1:30 in the morning and start crying, like screaming. It was like an alarm. So I now got to the stage because I was like, is he hungry? He wasn't hungry. He wasn't. It's like, it happened for a week. I was like, we need to go to the hospital because this isn't normal, you know? And I just remember it happening. So I now couldn't sleep because I was waiting for that. So in the middle of the night, I'd just be there like this. And I remember there was one time that he just like, you know, started crying and I just, you know, I wasn't sleeping. I was like this. I think I was exhausted. But I just remember trying to get up and I didn't see a table. I fell over the table, everything. So that's when Tunde was like, just sit there. So that's when we just, you know, we're like, okay, he's going to do the night shifts and I'm going to, and that helped because as a mom, I felt like I needed to be there all the time. I needed to be like awake. That whole sleep when the baby's sleeping. I'm just like, no. So I'm just there like, I was
But you can't
crazy.
sleep when the baby's sleeping. You don't feel sleepy then. You have other things to do. Washing the bottles, washing his clothes, making sure that you're pumping milk.
Can I say something?
That pumping.
I feel like it's important for. So yes, the world has changed. There's, you know, modern day whatever's, right? But if we look back, we realize that I don't know about everyone else, but when I was a child, we lived in a block of flats for a long time, and we had neighbors. So when the moms had to go to work and everything, they would look for the eldest child, right? Most of the time it was a teenager, maybe 15 or 16. And we usually had like 2 or 3 who were about that age. And all the kids, when we get back from school, you go into your individual homes, do lunch, then everybody goes into somebody's house. And then there are like 7 or 8 kids under the supervision of the older teenagers, right? And then if one of the moms has to travel, the other moms make sure that they're paying attention to the
That's
kids.
a community.
Yeah. And if
We don't have that anymore.
Yeah, if you date it backwards, you realize that over centuries, over millennia, humanity has always done that, where the community raises the kids together, right? The men go and do whatever the men need to do. The women, come together to help each other. When there's a new baby, all the women come around, blah, blah. We don't have that anymore. But we need to figure it out, because I don't think women are supposed to raise their kids by themselves. So you have your partner, yes. The father of the child is there, yes. Even with the both of them, you can't do it all. We had myself, we had you, we had grandma, we had the nanny, we had Chidinma. There were 5 fully able adults in that house, and we were all run down.
Thank you.
By one little human being.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Because I used to feel.
Baby's about to give you money.
He had colic.
Listen,
he was
it
always
was.
crying. I was looking for different types of gripe water.
We were calling our siblings and our relatives and friends in
everywhere.
different parts
Please
of the world.
send me gripe water.
I heard
Send
that
me
this
gripe
brand is the
water.
best. Please send more. What did we
Or
not
was it
do?
one night he was crying, and I called the hospital. I'm like, I want to bring him in, and he's just crying, and they're like, there was no doctor available. I'm like, why would you have
I had to call and collect the phone from him. I'm so sorry.
I was upset.
That's wild.
Then there was another thing my mom checked. She checked his tongue. I don't know.
I remember that.
It was tongue-tied.
No, and he wasn't. So she some people don't check that. So I'm just saying it so that people can check the tongue.
I felt ungrateful at some point, because I had my mother-in-law and I had my mom, and they would even rotate. Like the first 40 days, my mom would stay a week, then my
that's
mother-in-law
nice.
would stay a week.
Come
And then
on.
after that, wait now.
So
and
wait,
then
my mother left.
No.
She
And after
literally
that,
said, I'm going back to my husband. I said,
no,
grandma.
this was her first. This was both their first this was their first grandchild, and after that, I think 40 days, my mom fully moved in.
Oh.
And then she would go to church and then go check on my dad. You all right? You okay? And then she would come back home. And then even with that, so we had at some point there were 2 housekeepers, but I still felt exhausted. I still felt tired, and at some point I'll be like, so but who else do you want to come and help you again? And then it just goes to show that yes, you need your community to rally around you, help you, but you are still gonna feel tired. And I don't want you, whoever it is that is watching or listening, to feel that you are being ungrateful. Or you're feeling lazy, because it is not easy, and it literally takes a village. And people don't understand. Like, I didn't start feeling like I don't even think I feel like myself anymore.
It takes a while. I have not. I realized that I've for a long time after I became a mom, I realized that the kind of sleep I used to sleep before, I've never slept.
Never.
When my children are in the house, I'm like almost, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
If
it's quiet, there's a problem.
And my kids, they like waking up at 5 a.m. Like even when it's during the holiday. So during half term, we've got cameras. So I now have to make sure, are they beating themselves? What are they doing? Have they gone downstairs to go and do this? Have they, because my first son, we thought we were smart. Kids are smart. This new generation of kids, don't let them, so we had this, so we decided to child-proof the whole house, and I thought I was smart. I had this prison barrier looking thing, and then we had the one on top of the stairs and everything, and then so we had a crib so there were different levels. So when he was a baby, you'd have it like this, and then as he gets older, you just drop it. So this is me, and I'm like, nobody's shown him how to get out of his crib. He can't get out of his crib. So there was one day that my husband had he'd gone to fly, and it was just me, and I was waiting for him to wake up. So I wasn't sleeping. I was just just chilling. I was like, let me just wait for him to wake up and everything. And then I was the only one in the house, and I heard a noise, and I'm just like, what the fuck is that?
Everybody.
And then I just check the camera, and I just see something small just I'm just like, what? So this guy had come out of his crib,
climbed out
of his crib, like proper prison break style, and I didn't know he could do that. He climbed out of his crib, he'd come out of his room, and he was going downstairs.
Hey.
And this is, I have the child gate.
Yeah.
We have the child gate. Then I
Just
saw,
unlatched it.
you know what he used to do? Then after a while, because I was like, who showed him how to do that? Till we had a visitor and, you know, they're coming upstairs. He was the one that opened it, like, oh, come in. He knew how to open it. He knew how to get out of his crib. He knew how to. So I literally just, as he was going downstairs, I just grabbed him like, ah. And he's like, oh. And I'm just like, where are you going? So we now dropped the bed lower and he managed to still get out. He was climbing.
It's all the vitamins,
just, you know.
we took. You know, let me tell you something. And I was telling this to my sister-in-law, Mo. You know, she does this thing on her stories every morning where she packs her kids' lunch and she puts, you know, the crackers and the grapes and the, you know, and the strawberries.
There's
and
too much iron. Too much iron.
We were small, my parents would give us 2 walking biscuits and 1 Capri Sun. And that's it for lunch. But now parents are packing the lunch, then they're packing the grapes, then they're packing the veg. This is all the it's all the vitamins these kids are taking. And I'm telling you, and then we all took all these prenatal vitamins, you know, and all these
super
things.
boosted.
So that's what's boosting them because it's crazy.
Can I ask you this? Did you ever at one point after you became a mom forget that you were a mom? You had a baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, who is hi.
So when that happened to me, I felt so bad. Like I remember it was one of my I have like a good friend who she's very like, just because you're a mom doesn't mean your life should stop and you need to still go out there and everything. She is a baddie. She's like the baddest mom I know and everything. And so she would encourage me to like, you know, get dressed and, you know, go out. So I think there was one day I was like, okay, fine, let's go out, you know, and I was doing my makeup and I forgot that my son was on the bed and he was quiet. He wasn't sleeping.
Watching.
He was
Just
quiet.
watching you.
And I just was there doing my makeup. So I'd kind of gone back to my, you know, I just heard, I was like, oh my God, my baby. Oh, I had a baby. So also, I really think that sleep deprivation, I feel I can honestly say that for the first few months after having a baby, not just for my first, my second, my head was not fully correct.
Years.
I can be honest.
She still forgets a lot of things.
I think that years, and let me explain what happens because so when it's midterm now, I'm like, phew, you know that means when you grandma. Fling the baby, you go to grandma, you go to one grandma or one grandpa or something. So and then I noticed because I wear like a sports watch all the time, except when we're filming and stuff. The way when I check my sleep, the deep sleep, the way I sleep, I spread on, I will sleep, but. When my child is around, first of all, she's refused to go to her room.
Yeah.
She will tell us, she'll be like, oh, I love your room. I'm never going to my room. I'm like, who are you talking to? You will go to your room. No. As in, I'm just like, okay, so when she's not around, the way we sleep. Oh, the way we sleep as if we took something. I swear.
Sleep like you stole it.
And I was already a very sleepy person. My friends used to laugh at me because I could sleep pre having a child. I could sleep standing. You know, I always say this thing. You know when you go to church and they are standing and they are praying and they say everybody should stand up so that you don't sleep. Yeah. I used to sleep standing. I kid you not. You could be talking to me and I'm just like, And that's so, imagine such a sleepy person. And now I cannot sleep fully because I'm already in my sleep planning that she has swimming and she has to be tomorrow and the next day is dinosaur day and the next Friday is book day. So let's even move from the newborn section. They get you look for a school, you're worried about a good school, you finally get a good school, you want them and you're praying to God, please don't let them let's talk about that's another. I think we should have a whole episode on that. You are thinking of this person. Then it was again in the middle of the pandemic. You would talk to a nanny. This person sounds great. Have you taken the COVID shot? No. Will you take? No. They say in our church we should not take it. And I'm just like, bro, what is wrong with you? So you don't want to bring in someone that's going to bring in and do you know many people that will do health tests for? They would have all sorts of things. You know, no, all sorts of things. There's the anxiety of that. They go to school. You're thinking God, and then now that they're speaking, they're talking, they're walking, they're smart. You're also worried about. How do I make sure that number one, my child is not bullied? Number two, my child is not the bully. Number three, they don't learn nonsense. Like the other day, she was asking me, why she's not as light-skinned as her cousin, because she spends a lot of time with her cousin, and her cousin is super light-skinned. And she was like, why am I not light like my cousin? I was like, because I had to explain, when they say that thing, explain like I'm 5, you have to literally break it down, and I had to explain everybody comes in different hues. And it made me worried, like, if my 4-year-old is already worried about her skin complexion, what's gonna happen? Because you're already monitoring what they watch, what they hear. But where is she getting this from? That why is she not as? Do you understand how there's worries?
My son said that.
One of them.
So my son,
the first
sometimes
one.
People are like Coke and Fanta, because my first son is like my complexion, like darker, and then we spoke about my second son, very pale. And there was one time that my first son was saying, that he doesn't like his skin tone and he likes his brother's skin tone. I was
freaked out.
So I'm a bit much as a mom. I've got to be honest. I'm a bit much. I'm a bit much. So I'm just like, calm down. Like, I remember we had a nanny that she was, I think was it my first or second, was using his left hand, and I saw her like, stop it. I was like,
nah, fam.
I was like, you did what?
Nah.
And I'm left-handed. And I'm like, you cannot do that in my house. So yeah, I was very upset. I was very upset because for me, nobody can tell me my children are not stunningly beautiful. And I know what I went through to have them. So do not ever make my child feel less than. So I had to say to him, I had to be like, look at your skin. Look how beautiful your skin is. So I don't think his dad likes it. So I even taught him melanin popping. I'm like, look at your skin. Melanin what? He's like, popping. Melanin what? Popping. I'm like, look at that gorgeous. Look at that. And then you know what we'll do as well? I like my kids shiny. If they're not shiny, when they're going to, I'm like, my nannies, I'm like, did you, so I have like my, door side Vaseline or cocoa butter or something, or shea butter. And I'm there in the
How would they know you are loved at home? Your face has to be shiny.
So I'm like, look at your skin, and we now cream it. I'm like, can you just see? Look at
exactly.
So I feel that we have managed to like battle that to a certain level, because I'm like, look, your skin is beautiful. Your skin is beautiful. Both of you are, different people, and it's fantastic. One of my youngest son, that one is, I don't know why, because he was very chubby. Like when he was he was big. He was, I don't know what we did. Maybe we gave him too much. He had 3 chins. And my mom used to call him Michelin Man, and I was just like, that's not, nice.
That's not politically correct.
But then when he started walking, he just, you saw him, you seen how big, I was like, and we didn't notice. Yeah. But because we kind of refer to that, now he's like, I need to get chubby again. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I married your daddy for a reason. He's tall and slim. Please don't get my hips. Please, I was I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking, I was like, okay, I'm chubby. This one he's 6 foot something. His hair, we can balance, can balance it out.
The only thing is, Kyo came to me some time ago and said that that he himself and his mom have the same skin tone. They're peach, and I'm brown. I said yes. He now said, why? I was like, so Dada, why is my skin not brown like yours? I said, because sometimes, children pick and choose, so you chose your mommy's skin tone. And I said, oh man. I said, what's wrong?
Oh man.
I said, because, so he keeps saying, he sometimes goes to the mirror and he checks, he's like saying that his beard is growing out and his mustache, he's 5. He's 5. Like he's constantly watching. Anytime I'm brushing, sometimes he brings my hairbrush and he gives it to me. It's like that he wants to watch me brush my beard. So I do that. So he was like, oh man. I was like, what's wrong? Like you. He said, so when my beard comes out, my skin and my beard will now be very different. So he's actually used the word contrast. He said contrast will be a lot. He's
very smart.
He said, so what are we going to do about it? I said, don't worry about it, okay? Aww. When I was 5, I was like Auntie Toyo. So that's my younger sister. I was like, she's also very light skinned. I was like Auntie Toyo. But now as I've gotten older, I'm darker. He said, oh, do I have to spend time under this? I said, no, Baba, no, you don't have to spend time under the sun. Just, you know what? Give it time.
He asked his father, how old did you tell him that his beard would start coming out?
So I made the mistake of telling him the truth. So I started, because we're hairy, right? I started growing out my beard when I was 13, like the first whatever's
You
sprouted.
did?
Yeah, when I was 13.
That's early, right?
Yeah. So I was one of the first in my year group to actually have facial hair. So I told Kyo that, you know,
I was 13.
apparently he asked a few other people and most of them were like, 18, you know. So comes back to me and says, Dada, did you lie to me? I said, no. I said, why would you ask that? I said, because everybody else that he asked. I said, well, okay, again, people are different. So I had to explain and explain. So now he's constantly counting. He's like, oh, so I'm 5 now. So in X amount of years, you know, I'll have my beard. I'm like, okay, it doesn't grow out all at once.
I have a question because, you know, at this age, they're so naive, they're so innocent, they're so sweet. And sometimes I pray, I drew closer to God.
Yes.
Hey.
See, look, there's one thing parents will do to you.
I used to pray casually. But now, when I'm praying, the prayer is mostly about her.
Yes.
About even when I was pregnant, I used to pray. I stuck to her. You do this, you do that, you achieve this.
Yeah.
I spoke to God about how fine I wanted her to be, how long I wanted her hair to be.
Do you have the situation where you realize that some of the things that you prayed for and you forgot about, and then now she's showing you things? It blows my mind.
Yeah. And there was so many things.
Yeah.
I prayed about health. I prayed about later in life. And then I remember and then I worry, like there's sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm rushing to school because I don't want my child to be the last child in school. Do you understand? And then you hear horror stories of things that happen to kids in school, especially female children. And it's very worrisome as a girl mom, like, I don't want her to be the last child in school. I don't want her to be do you understand? Like, we're very
for pickup.
Yeah, for pickup.
Yeah.
When she wears
you're talking.
When she wears a dress now, I'm wearing like tiny shorts. So that because she's carefree, she's playing.
She's a child.
Because people are
it's
weird in the world.
Yeah, it's a weird world.
You understand?
People
How do you?
Crazy.
I thought of myself because I remember growing up very sheltered. My parents were very strict. I went to boarding school. I went to Pampas, Ejibota, everything. And then they threw me into Nigerian Navy Secondary School. And I met children who told me that they were doing 101 or 011. And I was like, what is that? And they were like, oh, they couldn't afford to feed at home. So they would eat only twice a day.
Right.
And I was horrified because I'd never heard of this before. Now, my parents, I feel like they did their best. And I have so much compassion for my parents now.
Yes.
I have so much grace for them because nobody teaches you how to be a parent. You learn on the job, and so, like even today as I was driving, I sent a voice note to my dad. I hope you're okay. Hope you're, just to check on him and everything because my mom is not around. And I was just like, I used to be so annoyed at my parents, especially as a young adult and as a teenager. But now I understand. Now my daughter is like, I want to go for a sleepover. I say hello.
Yeah. Never. How do you guys feel about sleepover?
Never.
No. I don't even want. So we've talked about this before. I feel like in some way or form we've talked about this before. I am not okay with. I have boys. I don't like. The world is crazy. One thing about being a mom is I am super like my senses are heightened. Everything is if you like. Oh, let me.
I remember when I was a teenager.
Nobody's going. You're not coming to my house.
That I wanted to go to a friend's house to sleep, and my dad would say nope. And my mom would say no. Yes. No. There's one day I packed my things, went to my auntie's house. My auntie came to visit me. I followed my auntie. That day, my mommy came, picked me up, and brought me back home. And I collected beating. But now I understand why. Because Keon tells his friend, "Oh, let's go for it." I'm like, okay, we'll talk to the mother. I'm not calling you.
And then I also did you see? Sorry. Did you see this story about this guy, this single dad? It was like circulating online. This single dad, that his daughter was having a birthday. This is like in America, and he basically said that she wanted to have a sleepover. And he's like, okay, obviously single dad, child is with him full time. And there's another one of the moms that he knew that he was like, okay, let me just see what it's like. So he was like, well, my daughter wants to have a sleepover for her birthday. What do you think? She knows him and she's like, absolutely not. No. And he was like, well, I really want my daughter to experience this. But, apparently a lot of the moms or a lot of the other parents are not comfortable and everything. And I was just like, with my child, I don't want to hear stories. I don't want to hear stories. I don't want to there's certain things that I'm hyper vigilant. Yeah. When I have workers in the house, when I have people working in the house, I'm always watching. Yeah. I remember there was somebody that was working in the house and like I said, we have cameras. So I'm watching and he was just paying too much attention to my son, and I didn't like it. And I'm like, give me my child. I just don't like it. And there's just so many different things. I'm like, I don't want to be in that situation where I'm like, if I had, if only I had done this, or if I felt this way. I don't want to hear stories.
You know, back in the 90s, our parents could leave us with the nanny and go to work. Now, I don't do it. I don't know whoever does it. I don't do it. But because to me, I don't care how many years you've been with me, you are still a stranger. Yes, you are great, you're at your job or wonderful. So there's always somebody. Literally, I sit down with my calendar, with my mother, with my husband. Am I around on this day? Are you not around on this day? No, so it's either I'm at home with my daughter and the nanny, or he's at home with my daughter and the nanny, or my mom will come with my or there's been days I've even took both of them, the nanny and my daughter, to my father. There must be a family member at all times. Pickup is also either me or my husband or our moms. Somebody that is family, because you can't trust people anymore. People are wild. It's not like the 90s anymore. And unfortunately, because of, even though things happened in the 90s, I just feel like people were a bit more sane then. Now, I don't know what's happening.
People are absolutely crazy.
I have a question though. How do you plan to prepare your children for the world?
I'm glad that you asked that. So...
because it's very
we're gonna talk to you about mom guilt.
It's very worrisome because you put in all this effort into raising your child to be a compassionate person. And I'm using myself as an example because I grew up thinking everybody's nice and kind and wonderful, and they're not gonna treat me. No. From friendships, female friendships, to even male-female friendship. I mean relationships. There was a lot of. I had to grow out of. I was very naive because I thought everybody was sane. Yeah. I thought everybody was kind. Yeah. And they won't do bad. And I went to boarding school.
With Keon, we always have to be honest with him. We always tell him the truth we don't hide anything from him. If we tell him that, okay, if he misses someone or he wants to go to someone's house, we'll tell him no. And we have this thing that we tell him, no means no. So don't push it. If we love you and we'll do everything we can to make sure we protect you and we're always there for you. Always best believe that whenever daddy and mama says no, we are protecting you and it's for your own good. So it's hard because they'll come with their soft, cute face and be looking at you like, mama, please. But we always have to, we train him to know that disappointment happens. Like today, for example, Uncle came and woke me up 6 o'clock, 6:30, ready for school. And he walks in and he's crying that he doesn't want to go to school. And I'm sleepy. I've taken cough syrup and I'm still drowsy.
because she has a cough.
Not like she was sipping on some syrup, for God's sake.
So I take him because his father did not sleep till 4 a.m. And he's sleepy. So I take him into the toilet, close the door, sit on the toilet seat. And I'm like, what is it? He said, I don't want to go to school. I just stay there and I hug him. And I just tapped him. And while I'm doing that, I sleep off. And I'm just like, this is motherhood. I sleep off. Then after a while, he notices that I'm doing a soft snore. Then he pushes me back and says, Mama, I said, what? You don't want to go to school? He said, yes. I said, you will go to school. He said, but Mama, I want to stay home. I hugged him again. And I did that like 2-3 times. Then he starts crying and I hold him. I'm like, you'll be okay. It's just 4 days and you go for midterm break. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Friday, you don't go to school. When he's done, he stops crying. He cleans his face. I'm like, are you okay now? Yes. Okay, let's go to school. And I'm not pushing it. If I say no, it's no.
So here's the thing. I'm glad that we've gotten here, baby. Yeah. You're doing great. Well done.
Thank you, because she's really pushover.
Bruh.
Do you know what? What you said, I actually think that we also need to talk about how it is so important to hear that you're a great dad, you're a great mom. It is actually so important to hear that.
I almost cried the day she told me that. She said, you're doing a great job, mommy.
That it happened to
me too. That I was like,
nobody could talk to me for the rest of that day.
I was like,
listen. Hey.
Can you say that again for the camera?
Listen, the day that Keon told me, Dada, I said yes. He said, I really like you. I said, what did you say? He said, I really like you. I said, do you love me? He said, no, I love you, but I really like you. I said, Baba, really? He said, yeah, you're cool. Hey! I said, I'm like, you think I'm cool?
You
He
can't
said,
tell
yeah.
me nothing.
I said, you're cool. Listen, nobody could talk to me. Are you dizzy? Do you know who I am?
Sin,
My
are
son
you
thinks
dizzy?
I'm cool. You go, they're all right.
So you wanted
You know, so I want to talk about the fact that I'm glad that you've gotten to this point now. Because I was starting to feel like the dragon of the family, right? So,
You're the strict one and she's
okay. Yeah. So before we got married, we had all the conversations: finances, career choices, number of kids wanted, number of kids wanted to have.
What was that?
Where we wanted to
God
live.
is going to do it, baby.
Amen, baby. Fist bump, fist bump.
You want more?
So she said she wanted 5, right?
I wanted 5 too.
Jokers. I beg you.
After that one came out, I decided I wanted to.
She reviewed it down sharply. Yeah.
I wanted 5.
So she said she wanted 5. I wanted 3, but I said I'll be fine with 2. And the truth of the matter is, and I remember telling her this, I was like, look, at the end of the day, if God gives us 1, I'm good. You understand? Because we even, especially after we had the miscarriage before, I told her, I said, listen, if we have 1, I do key. You understand? So she reviewed it down sharply after Keon showed up. She's like, I'm doing 2 now. So yes. But then we also had conversation about discipline, you know, values, all of that. And she was like, me, I will spank, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, great.
Me, I will spank this boy.
I have always been of the whatever that spanking is.
You don't spank?
I've never spanked.
There's a
him.
difference between spanking and beating, like
Yes,
with
yes,
cane.
yes, yes.
So what's the difference?
See.
Spanking to me is abara.
Yeah,
Or-
so I get
Do you
that.
understand? You know what abara means?
Yes,
when they
when
give you
you
on
on
the
the
back,
back, yes,
or
now.
like
When
a tap on the
You
bum.
feel it on your chest, but it's here that they give it to you. Yeah, you know that. So for me, right, it was a thing of my mom was not a woman of many words when she was upset. If she had vexed like this, you will feel it. You won't hear it, you'll feel it. You understand? But then it got to the point where she knew that I'd gotten
wasn't
used
doing
to it.
anything.
You understand? She and I are very similar. We're very hard-headed, very like we don't get influenced easily, you know. And it got to the point where my mother realized I need to start having conversations with this guy. Because by the time I was 10, you go beat me, I go cry, I go do all right? So she now started talking to me. And I realized very quickly
The words.
that the time that my mother took out to tell me what the issue was and why it couldn't happen again used to make me feel like the worst person in the world. And she never used me.
I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
Oh my God. I remember one time I played because, you know, I mean, school was a breeze for me, so I didn't used to bother studying. And then I don't know what happened. I think I overplayed, Like, I played. And I think the issue was I wasn't doing my homework anymore. Because I'm just like, I'll crash it like a few days before, you know, end of term tests and exams. And then I just, somehow I didn't do it. I dropped from like 3rd in the class to like 17th. My mother came and saw it. For the first time in my life, I really contemplated forging her signature so that I could just submit my, you know, this thing back at school. Almost she saw it. She looks at me and she's like, what do you think Toya and Use will say if they saw your report card?
Disgrace.
As in, she mentioned my younger brother and sister. And she said, Mimi, I'm disappointed in you. Since that day, almost studied. Anyway, so going back to Keon, right? We decided that she would do the spanking because spanking is necessary. So I said, okay, you know, since you have the heart for it, you do it. I don't have the heart for it. I won't be able to spank this boy. What I will do is I'll have conversations with him. She said, baby, you'll be soft. Me, I'll be, no child of mine. Okay. Boom. Child appears. This one melted like butter.
I'm sorry, have you seen my son?
I mean, he's gorgeous and all.
Yes, but
And I'm not going to lie, right? I keep telling her that, you know, whenever we talk about, you know, the fact that we're ready to start trying for a second baby and everything, I'm like, she's like, oh, that she wants a girl. I'm like, I want another boy. She's like, what?
why?
And it's very simple. I have nieces. They see on lockdown. I can't chat to them. If they say I want it, I'm like, no, you can. Okay, you can have it. But my nephews, even before Keon came, if I come on, go and sit down there, you know, I could give them strong voice.
That's
and I could
not fair.
I'm sorry, but it's life. And so, so I'm like, but you see, Keon has that boy has my mumu button. So every day it's a battle for me. Like I'm constantly fighting against myself to put some discipline on the table, right? And it's just so much harder when it feels like you're doing it by yourself because he just always knew that he had his mommy on
The
lock.
cats.
So
I'm
what about-
smiling. I'm smiling because
That's you too.
I'm so there.
What about
Oh my
punishments?
So for
he used to
for
do the
for that, right? I started off with face the wall.
Yeah, she doesn't like face the wall. She cries
cannot stand
like,
that thing.
oh.
No,
Wait
Leo,
now,
face the wall.
wait. So face the wall. He would cry, Dada, please, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? That thing, what's the thing? I'm sorry.
You have
Anyway,
to say what you...
Eventually, one day, I tell him, go and face the wall. And then he goes, and then he faces the wall. And he's crying. And after a while, he stops crying. And I'm working. And then I'm like, wait, so it's been like almost 10 minutes. And he's just quiet. And I turn around and look at him. And my son is just, using his fingers to just trace patterns on the wall. And then he's doing numbers and he's talking to himself very quietly. He's entertaining himself. So I think it's a fluke. He's just gotten over the fact that he was upset and, he was naughty. A few days later, he did something else. I was like, go and face the wall. And he looks at me. He just got off the chair, went to the wall, faced it and started humming to himself. I said, this one not cast.
He's recording music.
Bruv. So after that, so I started trying other things. So he went to, now where we are at is the fact that he likes it when I give him a shower at night before he goes to bed. So as part of his bedtime, so he'll ask, if it's on a day when I'm home at that time, he'll ask his nanny, he'll be like, can Dada give me a bath? So me, I'm like, oh, sure. So get in the shower, give him a bath, all of that. It's fun for him because we're splashing water everywhere, we're lowering the showers. So we make it a lot of fun and it's noisy. So these days, whenever he starts to get lippy and starts chatting adults chatting to his mom, and
Say
starts
no
I'm
bath
like,
time.
I'm like, are you going to take a bath this evening? Yeah. I'm like, guess who's not giving you a bath? He'll be like, Dada. I'm like, no, you're not getting a bath. No, your nanny will give you a bath. So little things like that, right? That one was the sweetest one. I'm still
Why is this
enjoying
dog
the fact.
baby on your body?
We're having
Like,
this is Rosemary.
Oh God.
What's her name,
And
sir? Why Rosemary,
she's
though?
our guest. I don't know. She's our guest host. This is Gbemi's daughter's doll, by the way. Please, if you can zoom in, can you see how this is not even the arm that's supposed to? This is like a, what's it called?
We have
It's
to put her back
transplanted.
together.
And then if you're wondering why she has tissue, Gbemi gave her to me naked.
Because
I
that's
have
what
to-
little girls do. They strip
I
their
have
dolls.
to protect
they
her
remove the
decency.
limbs.
So I didn't have anything. So we just got some tissue to protect her because Gbemi gave her to me naked. She's
But
like, it's
why
fine.
is she on
It's
your
not
lap?
because this is the baby episode. So there we go. And we need to raise money to get her arm fixed.
and
So-
a new wardrobe.
Yes, a new wardrobe, please.
I just
So
realized that this thing has
help
been on her
Rosemary.
lap.
We're gonna put the link for Rosemary's GoFundMe on screen later on. But sorry, we need to wrap up soon because we
Sorry.
can talk about this for like
We've
hours.
been talking for like 2 hours.
So okay, so in terms of discipline, like as you were talking, I was just like, that's me because I was like, I thought that my husband would be the the really calm one. I was gonna be the disciplinarian. I was gonna and when my kids were now born, I even shouting all of that. I used to just, so when my husband's upset and if he shouts at them, I sometimes cringe. But my kids they know that they have my mumu button. They absolutely know. Sometimes I hear them talking and they know that, okay, and they will now like plan. They'll now just, you hear them talking and everything. So sometimes it's my first son that's like the Oga. So he'll send the younger one to go and do this, and I'm just like, you guys are So the other day, this is what my oldest son, he doesn't like shower time because shower time means it's almost bedtime. And he doesn't like if we're supposed to go somewhere, it's just, those last minute, I need this, I need that.
Just to delay.
So I'm getting my nails done and he now comes up to me and he's like, Mama, do you want me to play the violin? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, my baby, yes. So he comes, he brings his book and he's playing like Jingle Bells. And then I'm just like, oh, well done. And then he's like, oh, do you want me to play something else? I'm like, yes. And then I was just like, and then I heard the nanny say, Asha, it's bath time. I was like, oh my God.
That's what you're
So
doing.
he literally was trying to give me a full concert so he didn't have to go and shower. And I would, so he's smart. And I have to remind myself that he's going to be 7, but this boy is actually very smart. And they just know their way around me. Like do they follow you around the house? Do your kids follow you? Okay. Yeah. So I said, sometimes I'm literally like, I'm in the room and they come around. I'll go downstairs and they come downstairs. And then one time I was just like, you guys,
Do you ever sneak into the car and just...
do you want to follow me everywhere? And he's like, And my oldest son looks at me straight in the eye. He's like, we're never going to leave you alone.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it sounded more like a threat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I want to know, for everybody, when was the last time you felt you were a bad parent?
No, never thought I felt, look.
No. The last time that you have like, you know, these checks and everything. Last time that you were just like, oh, maybe I could have done this better, or you know, you had like mom guilt, for example.
I mean, mom guilt for working so much, you know, being away, having to always either take her to her cousin's house or having my mom come over. That happens often. But I'm just like, look, I have to work. And then sometimes she's like, Mommy, why do you have to work every time? And I said, look at all these things.
Nice.
They are not. All these things are not free. So you have to work. After school, you get a job or you start a business and you have to work. I said, what do I do? She said, she mentioned all the things you do. You're on TV and then you go to events and then you sell shoes and bags. I said, good. And then it brings money. So all the things you ask for, because she asks for a new toy every day, you ask for come from money. So if mommy doesn't work, the day you ask me for something, I'll be like, no money. She'll be like, oh, I want you to work so you can have lots of money and stuff like that. And then I was gonna ask, like, okay, finish. I have a question.
I was gonna say, when's the last time you felt like a bad mom?
Mine was recently, like a couple of months ago. Keon dropped my phone. He was watching, because bedtime, he insists that he wants to watch something on my phone for a while on YouTube Kids. So he watched, and he was watching it, and it mistakenly slipped through his bed and dropped. As my new iPhone. Yeah. So I said, Keon, be careful with that. He said, sorry, Mama. He picks it up, continues, and he drops again. I just collected. I'm like, give it to me. I've told you to be careful. Oh yeah, it's time to bed. Let's pray. So we prayed, and we're sitting, and I'm making sure he's sleeping. So we are quiet, both quiet. I'm trying to sleep, and he goes, Mama. He apologizes and says, Mama, I'm sorry for dropping your phone. It was a mistake. I didn't know that I was supposed to. Because I now told him he should have used the pillow. He said, I didn't know that I should have used the pillow. Then he now goes, can I give you a hug? And I'm like, what, Keon? Of course you can give me a
He
hug.
bribes her like all the time. He's always bribing.
I see what's happening here. I see, and you fell for it.
Listen,
so, you know what?
She didn't fall for it. She stumbled.
I'm not judging you, because I would fall for it too. I would fall for it too.
I felt like because I scolded him, he thought he couldn't just go and give me a hug
So
and
let's
hug
take
me
position
and
first.
sleep.
But
No,
to be
he
fair-
hugged you because he wants your phone again,
why
like
did
tomorrow
he-
or
why did he
something.
want
Not
it?
maybe not immediately, but the next day.
So real talk sorry, baby. For him, right? Because one of the things, I wanted to say this earlier, I forgot. One of the things that, you know, when we're talking about how scary the world is, you know, for children and everything, as a dad of a boy, right? That's pressure of making sure that he doesn't turn into the people that, you know, I'm constantly complaining about, that, you know, my gender. So there are conversations that Keon and I have. He's 5, but I'm just like, I don't have time to wait until you are 10 or 15 to have these conversations. We're going to start having them now in the little ways that we can. So I always talk to him about, look, if you meet someone, or if you're with your friend or with one of us and you want to give us a hug or something like that, sometimes it's okay if you know that the person is okay, is ready, is okay with that. But it's always nice when you ask. You understand? Just ask. It will make them feel happy that you asked. It will make them feel special. That's the way I couched it to him. So sometimes when he asks his mom, is one, because he's worried that she might be upset and she'll push him away if he tries to hug her, because she knows she might feel like he's trying to bribe her.
Yeah. I was going to ask, like, is it possible to parent without shouting?
No, it's not possible.
Because I shout every day. I mean, I love you very much, but I shout. So you don't shout.
No, that look was like I shout.
I shout too.
because I don't know if it's is it kids in general?
I just
or
feel
is
like
is it boys
I used
that
to- no,
your
kids.
voice
It's
doesn't
kids.
Let me tell you what.
It's
When I
kids.
was growing up, I used to be like, roll my eyes at my mom, like, behind her back, of course, for this, give me uppercuts. Like, I used to be like, why is she shouting all the time? Now I'm like, look at me, always shouting Junior. Just look at.
Do you but so
And I have only one.
So I'm still trying to figure out if it's like a boy thing or just
It's
like
kids
a kid
in general.
Because I say something once, I say something once, I say something twice, and it's almost like I didn't speak. My younger one, Eli, do this. Eli, do this. Eli, yes. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I'm just
they-
like, so
yeah.
you heard
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Then I realized My kids, I love them to death, but every now and then, I think they actually enjoy terrorizing me. I think that's I think they get so much, you know. So there was a time that I realized I was shouting too much because they called me Angry Bird.
I'm sorry.
What?
I was like,
They called you Angry Bird. Hey.
they were talking.
These children,
they were
talking
talking
about you.
Yeah. So they're talking. They were like, you know, somebody said, and then I heard someone said Angry Bird. I'm like, who's Angry Bird? Who's Angry Bird? And they were like, I was like, and they're like, yeah, shout. I was like, oh my gosh. So after that, I had to just realize that I need to stop
They
shouting.
They will big pin.
But
What do you mean by that?
But I don't like.
Do you know what big pin means?
I am literally. I'm such a wimp when it comes. Like, I'm shocked as to how bad I am of a disciplinarian. Like, it's so bad. So even when I've tried to like spank, I don't believe in like beating. So there's no cane, but I'll spank you and everything. So at one time, you know, I was like, okay, let me, you know, start spanking them. And then after a while, they thought it was a game. So like, oh, do it again. And I'm just like, no, you're supposed to feel pain. So sometimes my nannies, I have 2 nannies, shout out to them, lifesavers. So sometimes when I'm like, don't do that, mommy's gonna spank you, my nannies are just like,
yeah, right.
and they're just looking at me like, you're actually not serious, you know. So I have a flip flop now.
Look at you, yeah, that mom.
Is it what's, you know?
The fact they even call it a flip flop. Oh my god,
Slipper.
that's so cute.
Slippers.
Flip flop.
So it's not the hard slippers, it's a soft,
That's
you know.
what I'm saying.
So is that not?
No, my
No,
dear.
it's not.
Yeah,
my mom
just own
begs
your
me
L.
to lighten up because I'm just like, this babe, she's like 3 children in one. And just like, when people are like, oh, yeah, I said, you need to meet her. Perhaps when you meet her, you understand. Do you know what it is for? I went for her open day the other day and they were like, we love her so much. She's a great student. She's a handful. But she's a great student. But she's a handful. Even her swimming teacher has called her energy.
How many calls have you had from school?
No, I
about
don't.
her?
No.
Mind, second
call.
week, I was like, what the fuck?
What are they doing?
The teachers like, they need to see me. I'm like, what did you do? So when I spoke to her, it was you know, it was fine. Let me ask you this. Okay, we need to wrap up. Like I said, we could go on for like another hour. Do you lie to your children?
Yes.
It's one of the,
Yes.
it's one of the things that I promised I wasn't going to do.
At
So
all?
far, yeah.
I lie you.
So far, right? So far, I think I've lied to him just one time. However, comma,
I
you see this
lie.
girl?
I lie
She
because
didn't give- so I need to ask her for the update so that I can co-lie
No.
or back it up because he will figure things, and he has caught her a couple of times. He has caught her in the lie a couple of times. They will
and when
catch you.
when they catch
And once
you,
they catch you,
have
bruh.
have you been caught like by your kids, and then sometimes you're just like, "Would you go with you?" That's my thing. That's why sometimes, you know, I'm just like, go.
I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm just like, where is that coming from? He's like, no, don't do it like that too. I'm like, sorry? Who is teaching you these things?
It's getting that right. It's getting that right balance. So one of the lies, they started, okay, we need to wrap up. So this is something that they started and I've just kind of gone along with it. So for some odd reason, my kids think I'm 17. And I was like, I'll take that.
Yeah, don't ever tell them. Don't ever tell them exactly.
she knows.
All his classmates know his father's age now.
Oh, she knows.
So-
she knows.
so
She's
they
on my
know-
40th, so she knows.
They know my
okay,
husband's
that one,
age. They know my husband's age. And my first, he's like, I call my first CNN because he will
ZNN.
download stuff.
That's mine.
So I
ZNN.
love it. He will tell me everything the nannies are doing. The nanny was sick. The nanny was.
yeah, I encourage that all the time. I tell him, tell mom and dad everything.
He said he just randomly said, one of our nannies, sorry babe, one of our nannies, she was taking off her beard the other day. He just randomly announced it out, and the nanny's like, hey, I just heard it. So when they started like 17, I was like, okay, I'll take that. I was like, that's fine. And then my first comes to me and he's like, because we're talking about the fact that we've been married almost 10 years. And he's like, but if you've been married 10 years, how old were you when you got married? Daddy married you when you were... And then I was just like, I mean, you know. And
no,
so it's like, don't be telling people that because
look at you one kind of way. I think my own lie is more like I'm calling the police. She doesn't like the police. I'm calling the police, and there's a fake YouTube call where a man's voice will say, just search a man's voice say, hello, this is the police. And you be like, and then they'll give it. So I'll be like, yes, I want to report my daughter Zoe. Her name is what? Zoe. Okay, we're coming. We have your address. We're coming right now. So it's like, and she's like, mommy, no.
Send it to me. That it won't work for my first, but it'll work for my second. My first, there's nothing. He's like, you're not telling the truth, and I'm just like, well, do you, go ahead, just see. When they catch me out, I'm just like,
and then you hear in the morning, you hear the call to prayer from the Muslims. Like, Mommy, what's that? I said, that's the police announcing the names of the children that were naughty.
Oh my God!
I said, I heard your name. I lie. She'll be like, oh. I'll be like, yeah. So you better behave.
I had to stop. I had to stop an actual policeman once. We were in traffic, and I had to stop. I just wanted, and I said, Augusta, please, this boy's been naughty. Can you take him? And the guy's like, fine boy. And I'm like, no, take him.
Walk with me here.
Okay, so this has been a fantastic. I feel like this deserves like 2 or 3 episodes. We haven't even scratched the surface.
I swear.
But I think I love what your podcast stands for. I really think we need to have more honest conversations about parenting.
Agreed.
It is a beautiful thing. Like I said at the beginning, being a mom is like, it's not even being the mom is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It really just changed my focus and everything in life. But there's the good, there's the beautiful, then there's the bad, and there's the ugly. So I just wish they had been a bit more
open about
like my mom and my, I wish they'd just been like, look, this shit is crazy.
It's hard.
It's like it's the ghetto. And they need to also tell you which stage you should really enjoy, because it kind of goes downhill from here.
But they keep telling you that you enjoy this stage because the next stage. Enjoy this stage because the next stage.
Okay, last question. What has been, I mean, our kids are still young. What has been your best stage so far? Newborn, toddler, or where they are now? What's the name now? They're like children now. Children.
Yeah, little small children.
So what has been, to round up, what has been your favorite stage so far?
I don't have one, because each stage has its good and its bad. For the newborn stage, you could just keep them somewhere when they were not moving, and they'll be right there. Then when she started moving, I was like, why are you moving like this? Because one time she fell off. I was like, Jesus, God, please. So there's different stages. I like this stage because we're having conversations, and but at the same time, she's asking me questions from the moment she opens her eyes. Hi, mommy. So what do you orange dress yesterday? Why did you wear the blue shoe?
This one just does that thing. Go ask your daddy.
6 a.m., bro.
Go ask your daddy.
Oh yeah, I say that too. Like, I'm just like, so there's every stage is great. At the same time, it also has this. Yeah.
I think me, this is right now
Your favorite.
Love it, because
love the conversations.
Yeah, because it's getting to the point where he's still clingy to his mom, but now I can tell that he actually enjoys being with me and spending time with me. So now we're G's. So, we have conversations, we hang out. Sometimes he actually comes with me when I'm going out, so we get in the car.
That's cute.
And do that. And so now he's asking questions about, the car. When you push this knob, what does it do? Blah, blah, blah. So he says he wants to start learning how to drive when he's 13.
Have you guys started talking about girls?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So next time we do this, we need to talk about, because I'm trying to like,
that's why I had a conversation with him about hugs and stuff. Like, you have to ask.
I'm trying to teach him about rejection. What's been your favorite stage?
I'm this stage too, because of the conversations that I have with him, and he's sleeping all through the night.
And now he can actually tell you, I'm sleepy.
Yeah, I'm sleepy. I'm going to bed. He'll drop his tab. Mama, let's pray. And he sleeps. That's it. And he can tell me when he hurts, when his tummy hurts. I can't be guessing what's wrong.
By the way, he likes back rubs.
Yeah.
Like massage. So he'll tell me that I want a back rub. So
I'm telling you.
I loved the baby stage. I love every stage. I loved the baby stage because they would just like sleep up my chest and everything.
Yeah.
Now I'm just
dealing with
they're
two
just
men.
challenging. They're just asking me all these questions, everything. All right. So lastly, last thing. Last. Before you guys go, The Herd. Gbemi and I have seen it. Absolutely
really
amazing.
good. Make sure you check out The Herd.
Make sure you watch The Herd.
It's in cinemas near you.
And I was because we hung out the other day, and I was like, look, let me be very honest. When I go to premieres, I don't usually watch a movie because it's a little bit, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of chaos, and then it's very noisy, and I like to focus. Don't talk to me. I like to focus. So I was there with Ibuka. I saw him as I came in. So we were like, okay, you know what we'll do? Let's, we'll do the pictures, and then we'll watch like about 10-15 minutes of it and everything. And we sat down, and then we watched like 10 minutes, and we're like, let's just make it 30 minutes. And then because literally from the beginning, it's bam, bam, bam. So after 30 minutes, we're like, we need to see how this ends. So you were fantastic in it.
Well,
it
good
was
job. Great job.
And I said to you, I loved it, but I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah,
Because it was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was very uncomfortable. So if you watch it, you'll understand, you know, it was a beautifully shot movie. I loved everything about it. But afterwards, I was like,
this is the reality.
I don't
too
like
real.
this. I don't like this. I
real.
really don't like this.
This is the
Too
reality.
close to home.
And the fact that in Lagos, you know,
We're
if you live in
shielded
Lagos,
mostly.
we
Yeah.
feel like we're in a bubble.
Yeah.
We feel like we're in a bubble. And then all of these things used to happen over there. It's
Yeah.
over there. And now you're
It's
just
closer.
like,
Yeah.
this is not that
Yeah,
far
it's
away.
closer.
And it's just scary. But yeah, go check it out. And then of course, make sure you watch their podcast as well.
Yes.
You know, you
Please
can watch
tell people the name of
both
the
though. You can
podcast.
watch our podcast
Yes,
and their podcast.
yes.
New
So-
parenting pod. We try to get them, so we're going to get them.
Definitely we'll come over and talk about it.
we should have an episode where we bring all of our kids.
Listen and have them actually, have
Oh no,
conversations.
baby doesn't like
I
she
cannot
doesn't
bring
on
out. I've never
camera.
posted
Right.
her
That's true, actually.
and everything.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's just a personal thing.
No, that's fine.
Don't worry, if
That's
you
fine.
have
Completely
nannies, you just
understandable.
I'll bring my kids and let them just scatter everything. For you
Awesome.
remember what they did at your exhibition? Yes, remember.
Listen, those men drilled me. Like,
Saying
they
that those
asked
men-
questions. And that was a good
Yes,
one.
yes.
That was a good
So
one.
you know, so when you see this, it's not to you.
Something to get through the day.
Oh my goodness.
Don't be loud in it now.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
stopping by,
guys.
guys.
This was
Thank you,
fun.
thank you. Best of luck with everything.
Thank
And
you.
yes, more of these conversations.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, guys, it is now time for Money Zone, brought to you by Money Point. And this is, of course, where we make sure that your money is right.
Yes.
It's good. And we want to make sure that you know about how easy, reliable, and fast Money Point is. So whether you want to use it as your personal account or as a business account, they are fast, reliable. If you want to use it for your personal account or your business account, there is something for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, for those of you who have not registered your businesses, if you've just done, like, sometimes there's something called a business name. So you've not fully registered the business, you can still open an account with MoneyPoint with your business name, and you basically they can even help you complete the process. So on Ask MoneyPoint today, we're going to talk about that and how MoneyPoints can help you. MoneyPoints can give you loans if you are a business owner. They can also help you complete your registration process. So there's somewhere on the app where you can click and say, okay, you're a business name, complete the process, and they'll do it for you to just ease the stress. Okay. Now, let me just say something. For those of you who are watching or listening to the show, yes. For those of you who are watching or listening to the show, there's something called Money Shout. We've been talking about it. If you are a business owner and you want us to give your business a shout out on this show, Off Air with Gbemi and Toolz, here's what you need to do. Just do a post on your Instagram page. Do a video. Tell us a short video, your name, what your business is about, and why we should, give you a shout out on Money Shout, right? And use the hashtag MoneyPoint, hashtag made for your progress. Very simple, because we've been shouting since, and we went to check. It's like you people are not interested, but you people are the same people who are complaining about how much Instagram ads are costing, how much influencers are costing. We want to give you free adverts now. You're doing shakara.
You know
I don't
what?
get.
We might even let you come on the show and talk about your
Maybe.
business. Maybe.
But do what we asked you to do first. Just do a quick, it's a 30-second video.
Do it. Get your sales in for Dirty December. There are going to be lots of people in town.
Yeah.
Lots of people in town that have they'll be spending in dollars and whatever. So get your money together.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah.
And if you have been, trying to think about ways to reach
Millions of people.
Yes, more customers. This is fantastic. So make sure you take advantage of it. Once again, all you need to do is talk about your Money Point success story. Put it on your page. Do the hashtag Money Point. And then what is
hashtag made for your progress.
Made for your progress.
If you don't have a MoneyPoint account right now, make sure you get one. It's simple. You can open it in basically 5 minutes. Download the app and just basically sign up for an account, and you get your account on the spot. In 2 days, you can also get your card. It'll bring it to you because they brought it to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody has cursed.
So far, I haven't cursed. So that is why, yes, we've got our POS, our Money Point POS there.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been used today because I haven't cursed. I'm learning. I'm getting better. Amen?
Amen. So I'm just saying, you basically, it's very simple. And if you're watching this, you're not a business owner, it's okay. It's not by force to be a business owner. You can also use it for your personal account. You receive your alerts immediately. There's no waiting, standing around. It's instant. Come on, people. And you get the account immediately. That's just ask you for a little bit of information and you get it. Just very simple. So we're telling you again,
Yes.
Make sure if you want us to give your business a shout out on Money Zone on this show, just make a short video. Of course, also make sure that you are a Money Point customer and put hashtag Money Point, hashtag Made for Your Progress. Your name, my name is Abeke. I sell bed sheets. I did my business start. Just 30 seconds with your phone. You don't have to go hire a professional camera or anything. Use the hashtag. With the hashtag, we'll find you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
And make sure you check out our Instagram page just in case, I don't know, you haven't been able to take everything down. Check out our Instagram page. We've got instructions on what you need to do. And yes, better take advantage of this.
Very
all right?
interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on that note, I will wait. Let me bring out our second co-host. All right. I will say thank you so much for watching this episode. I feel like we just scratched the surface.
I'm concerned about
This has been in your house. So I don't know what you're complaining about with the arms the wrong way around.
It's normal. Girl moms know these things, but here's my question, my worry.
Look at it now. You didn't even condition
Can
her
I
hair.
talk about why I'm worried about you?
Child
You see,
services, look. Go on.
last season,
Yes.
when we were on TV, you had a figurine next to you called
Figurine.
Tabitha. Like, you always find some sort of comfort figurine or something or a doll. What's the problem?
I don't know.
I know
like
I'm
it.
going to buy you a doll for Christmas. She'll have blonde hair. I'll go and look for
No.
her. Yeah.
Not blonde hair. If you're going to buy
You
me,
love,
it has to,
you like
know.
blonde hair.
No, but I want it to look, there has to be dark skin.
Dark skin doll.
Do you know what I really want? If you want to get me a doll, you know those lifelike ones?
You know, can you people see the problem?
Yes, the
Can you people
lifelike
see
ones.
that was bait? Can you people see
That's what I
why
want.
are you 40 plus and you want a doll?
I
What's
want
the
it.
problem?
I want
You
it.
did not
I'm
grow up with
just-
doll? Why?
No, I actually didn't really have dolls. Like my mom just bought me like books. I had a lot of books growing up. You know what I used to do during summer holidays? My mom would buy me, remember, oh my gosh, what was it? The Famous Five.
Yeah, we have famous five. Yes,
bought
plenty.
me every book from
every Enid Blyton thing.
and that was what I did during my summer holidays.
Only to find out allegedly she was racist when I grew up.
I think
Anyway.
a few of them were. So yes, perhaps I didn't have dolls to play with.
Okay, that's it. So people
Yep,
remind
yep.
me I'll get her a doll for Christmas.
And a dollhouse. A dollhouse, yes.
Thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you for watching.